Hey guys, how's it going? Last time I left, it was a really long video. Sorry about that again. For those who actually did kind of follow through and watch majority of it, thank you guys so much, really appreciate it. And for those who did comment on the video previous to that, just kind of like that whole little debacle that was happening with me kind of going straight and then the person almost hitting me and that whole shit that just happened. Really appreciate you guys commenting and also just kind of reposting the stuff and just, you know, sharing the crazy activities that do happen here in Miami and regardless just the rest of the world. But yeah, no, I'm heading now to go do some work, go drop off some documents at some client's house, and then just kind of go for a little ride. It's a little 10-minute drive, so you know, 10 minutes there, 10 minutes here. Just kind of wanted to take out the bike a little bit and just warm her up. It's been about just over a week since I've actually gone and ridden. So I guess one of the things that I kind of wanted to talk about today was just to kind of dabble a little bit more on the direction of this YouTube channel, or just kind of like the whole premise about recording while I'm riding, besides it being for insurance purposes and just kind of a little bit more of my safety, just because, you know, riding here in Miami is honestly a death trap. But I do kind of want to adapt myself a little bit more with traffic and just kind of with the way that riding in Miami, riding a motorcycle here in Miami is like. Because so one of my main goals, or one of my little kind of like dreams that I have right now, as far as like something interesting that I really want to do that I don't really see that many people doing, is I want to get my hands on a little 2023 Honda Grom, the nice little cherry red one that comes out hopefully sometime next month or the month after that, because that was just kind of like an expected date that they gave out. But yeah, the Honda Grom is something that I've always been. Oh shit, did this bus crash? Oh no, I guess not. I guess somebody else crashed. So one of the things that I really wanted to kind of get into was Uber Eats and, you know, Postmates and all those kind of food delivery services that you see, you know, all over the internet, and just kind of how a lot of people end up making videos like that, and they just talk about their experience and, you know, how much money they end up making. And I feel like a lot of the people that aren't doing it necessarily on scooters, bikes, or motorcycles down over in LA, they do them in cars, and they kind of just do very, you know, interesting little kind of give backs, or they do charities and stuff, and they just kind of find like little creative ways to make their videos a little bit more interesting and a little bit more creative. One of the things that I've really kind of been looking into is just doing it on the Grom down here, just because I feel like regardless of it being, you know, a specific lifestyle when it comes to motorcycles and everything else, down here in Miami, it's very special. It is very different. Oh, hold on, I gotta cut this short real quick. I'm getting to the client's house right now, so I will be right back. So while I actually try to finish this little story, I'm just gonna ride around the fair, or kind of even pass by FIU and see what's going on over there. So as I was saying, one of the main things that I kind of wanted to do was to get a Honda Grom, get a nice little red, cherry red 2023 Honda Grom, which kind of matches the accents of my 2021 Camry TRD. And I wanted to start doing Uber Eats and Postmates and those kind of food delivery services, but down here in Miami, because I've done a good amount of research. I've tried looking for a bunch of people, or looking for different people that do those type of videos, and people that honestly just kind of do food delivery services down here, because I feel like there's just so much happening in Miami all the time. And if you kind of go out to the most dangerous parts of Miami, which would be the streets, even just riding around on a car, or even in the motorcycle, I feel like a motorcycle would be a way more interesting aspect of it, just because you're kind of like riding around, you're a little bit more agile, you can, you know, riding around in tighter spaces, see very interesting cars like that gorgeous 240. Oh, so beautiful. Or is that a 180? I don't know anymore. But yeah, I feel like starting something in that direction would be very interesting, and also it'll kind of like give a better insight on how Miami really is, and it'll just kind of make me familiarize myself a little bit more with Miami, its culture, the people around the area, and also just like find very interesting little day-to-day things that do happen. I feel like not so much at night, or maybe at night doing kind of like, you know, dinner food delivery services, but my biggest direction, or the biggest interest that I have really is just focusing on the Uber Eats services as kind of like not a main source of income, because I do have a bunch of other side jobs and I do, you know, that do honestly hold me up. But something that I've always kind of been interested in would be something like that, where you kind of just do like a side business and you do something which, let's say for me, the commitment part, or the very like the part that I would enjoy in regards to doing something, or what a lot of people say, oh, something as silly as delivering food. I feel like it's just riding the bike, being outside, getting some sunlight, interacting with people, may it be in a positive way, in a misunderstood violent way. It's just living life, being outside. I feel like what my job kind of ties me to a lot of the times is staying indoors, being on the computer, filling out documents. The most outside that I see with what I'm currently doing right now, besides going to school for a specific career path, it kind of limits me. It limits me a little bit more to not really interacting with people that, let's say, have the same interests as I do. It's honestly just a basic job. Oh, did they open this? I want to check it out. Ooh, I'm gonna check it out. I honestly haven't gone through there, so we'll see now. But ooh, wow, a nice little tour. A tour of the new building that they just finished. Wow, Miami Hall. Man, this is honestly gorgeous. I wonder if they actually ended up connecting it now. So we'll see. They put a couple more speed bumps. Oh, and then we have over there the Cuban Tower. But yeah, what was I talking about? So the main direction of this YouTube channel, and just something a little bit more interesting that I want to do, just, you know, while YouTube isn't, you know, anywhere near my, you know, it's I don't have anything monetized. It's just kind of videos that I do because I'm entertaining and it's something that I enjoy and something that I want to do. And honestly, just it's gonna sound crazy, but just me talking to myself and expressing myself in that, in, you know, certain ways, just kind of helps me reflect on my life and things that I want to be doing, and helps me kind of solidify them, or put it in ink technically, where if I say it out loud, I feel like I'm kind of, you know, giving out that energy into the universe, and it becomes a little bit more official. You know, I get that karma, or that backflow per se. So I used to ride my bike through here all the time. It's something that I kind of did a lot for exercise, and also just to kind of familiarize myself a little bit more with the campus and the area and the people and whatnot. I can maybe try to figure out some way to tie those two things together, because, you know, I don't really consider myself a crazy driver or a crazy rider when it comes to motorcycles. I'm always constantly aware. I'm staying ahead of traffic. I like advancing through traffic. So when a lot of people are like, oh man, you speed and you do this and you do that, I'm like, no, I honestly, I advance through traffic because I hate staying in the back. Because if you stay in the back, then all the idiots and, you know, possible potential threats are all in front of you. Which is my reasoning behind riding semi-aggressively but very defensively. So, you know, two very different points of views, but they each kind of tie in together and have their own reasonings and, you know, things of that nature. Well, another thing I gotta do, I gotta put coolant in this bike, because when I replace the water with a coolant pump on it, with a liquid pump on it, or coolant pump, I refilled her with water, so I don't really have coolant running through it, just plain water from a hose. So yeah, that's one of the things I really wanted to tackle before I start riding, you know, a little bit longer distances, like 20-30 minutes here and there. So I just gotta be very careful with all that. When then the cops around here are pretty crazy, especially the FIU cops. Very dangerous. But yeah, there's a lot of very cool and interesting people here at FIU. I forgot what I was talking about. Oh yeah, the whole bike thing. So I used to ride a bicycle through FIU. It would be very interesting to kind of put a little head mount and a little lavalier or a lapel mic on my shirt, and just kind of ride around FIU, recording, talking, and it gives me a little bit more time to kind of get into conversations deeper than I would, let's say, on the motorcycle, just because of since I'm riding a little bit slower, riding a little bit more tighter through the sidewalk, you know, through the campus, which I'm not even sure if that's allowed, but I do it anyways because no one's really told me not to. It was really fun, really good form of exercise. I used to ride about 20 to 30 miles either every day or every other day on my bike. So, and also my bike is a pretty interesting limited edition Vossen country bike. So it's like a fixie. But yeah, it's always been really cool. I've honestly had so much fun on it. Okay, yeah, I'm like, is the fan even running? My thing's running 230. Actually, I'm gonna start heading home because it is a pretty hot day, and with having water in the bike, you know, I'm not as comfortable staying a little bit more stationary or riding slower. So I'm gonna just speed my way on back home.